Imagine a world where human connections are reduced to transactions, a price tag attached to something as profound as marriage, sometimes even as low as $43. In many parts of the world, this is a reality. The concept of bride prices or dowries has deep cultural roots, yet today, it raises profound ethical and social questions. In this video, we'll take you on a journey to 10 countries where young women are bought and sold as brides. From rural markets in Bulgaria to traditions in South Africa, these practices reflect a complex mix of culture, poverty, and societal norms. Some of these women dream of better lives through marriage, while others have no choice but to follow age-old customs. What drives these practices? Is it purely cultural, or does economic desperation play a role? And how do these traditions evolve in the face of modern values and globalization? Stick around as we uncover stories that are both eye-opening and heart-wrenching. By the end of this list, you might find yourself questioning what traditions should persist and which ones need to change. Number 10. Bulgaria. A country steeped in history and traditions, hosts one of the most unique customs in the world, the Gypsy Bride Market. This annual event, held in the town of Stara Zagora on the first Saturday of Orthodox Christian Lent, is a vivid spectacle where families gather not only to celebrate, but to negotiate the futures of their daughters as brides. The young women are the stars of the event, dressed in bright, eye-catching traditional attire, adorned with intricate jewelry, and made up to enhance their beauty. Their mothers accompany them proudly, presenting them to potential grooms and their families. But this is no ordinary matchmaking. It's a high-stakes negotiation, where bride prices range from $7,500 to $11,300. For those considered especially desirable, like virgins or women with rare physical traits, the price can exceed $20,000. For the KES community, the Gypsy Bride Market isn't just about transactions. It's a symbol of cultural pride, familial honor, and adherence to tradition. Yet the modern world is encroaching on this age-old practice. With the rise of smartphones and internet connectivity, many young women are exploring opportunities to connect with foreign men online, expanding their horizons beyond the limitations of their local communities. Bulgarian women are often described as a blend of tradition and modernity. They're known for their striking European features, elegance, and natural beauty. Beyond appearances, they are emotionally open and value vulnerability and mutual respect in relationships. This mix of qualities makes them appealing not just within their communities, but also to suitors from abroad. However, this market also sparks debate. While some view it as a vibrant cultural tradition, others see it as a practice that commodifies women. Can these customs adapt to a world that increasingly values equality and autonomy, or will they fade under the pressure of modernization? Number 9. China. Known for its rich history and rapid modernization, harbors a surprising social imbalance caused by decades of its infamous one-child policy. This policy, which prioritized male children for cultural and economic reasons, created a demographic disparity that still haunts the nation. With significantly more men than women, the demand for brides has skyrocketed, and so have bride prices. In rural parts of China, where traditions hold strong, the cost of securing a bride has become a staggering financial burden. Families of brides often demand as much as $25,000 in dowries, and in certain provinces, this amount can soar to $50,000 or more. This practice has placed immense pressure on Chinese men, especially those from poorer regions, to find a wife. For many families, marriage represents not just a union but a symbol of societal status, making bride price negotiations even more intense. Adding to the issue is the societal stigma surrounding unmarried women, often referred to as sheng nu, or leftover women. In a society where marriage is seen as a milestone of adulthood, women over 27 are often viewed as less desirable. This perception has pushed many women to seek partners abroad, with online platforms and international matchmaking services booming in popularity. Chinese women are widely admired for their loyalty, family-oriented nature, and dedication to their partners. Divorce rates among these women are remarkably low, at just 0.2%. Their reputation as nurturing, supportive spouses makes them highly sought after by foreign suitors. Beyond loyalty, many Chinese women also prioritize education and financial stability, making them not only great partners but also strong contributors to family life. However, The situation is not without its challenges. The commodification of marriage has led to exploitation and illegal practices, including bride trafficking. Some men from wealthier nations exploit the financial hardships of families in rural China, leading to unethical and abusive arrangements. China's demographic crisis and the evolving role of women continue to shape the country's marriage market. The blend of cultural traditions, economic disparities, and societal pressures creates a complex landscape that raises important questions about gender roles and equality. What do you think of China's bride price traditions and their impact on society? Are these customs preserving cultural heritage or creating barriers to progress? Share your thoughts in the comments below as we head to our next destination. Number 8. Malaysia. A Southeast Asian country known for its cultural diversity and natural beauty, has a complex relationship with its marriage customs. While traditional practices such as dowries and arranged marriages remain prominent in rural areas, the rise of mail-order bride services has brought international attention to the plight of many Malaysian women seeking better opportunities abroad. Mail-order bride platforms, which resemble dating apps, allow foreign men to connect with Malaysian women looking for partners. These services have become increasingly popular, offering a mix of traditional matchmaking and modern convenience. Subscriptions for these platforms can range from $500 to $2,000, depending on the features offered. Many Malaysian women, particularly those from economically disadvantaged backgrounds, view this as a chance to escape poverty and gain independence. Women from Malaysia are often described as beautiful, loyal, and gentle. Their physical features, which include sun-kissed skin, dark hair, and expressive eyes, add to their appeal. They are also known for their strong family values and adaptability, which make them highly sought after by foreign suitors. While some women aim to marry abroad for love, others see it as a practical way to secure financial stability and improve their families' lives. However, this trend is not without its challenges. Pure Malay women, who are predominantly Muslim, often face restrictions due to cultural and religious norms, making it difficult for them to marry outside their faith. On the other hand, women of Chinese or Indian descent in Malaysia, who have more liberal views, are more open to cross-cultural unions. The mail-order bride industry in Malaysia has also sparked debates about exploitation and human rights. While some women willingly participate, others are coerced by financial pressures or societal expectations. For many, the promise of a better life comes at the cost of leaving behind their culture, families, and familiar surroundings. Malaysia's story highlights the intersection of tradition, modern technology, and globalization. Are these platforms empowering women to seek better opportunities, or do they perpetuate a system of commodification? Number 7. Egypt. Egypt, a land of ancient history and timeless traditions, has a unique cultural landscape shaped by its Islamic heritage and patriarchal society. One of the most debated practices here is the concept of the bride price, or mahar, which is an integral part of marriage agreements. This custom often involves the groom paying the bride's family a significant amount of money or property, symbolizing his financial capability to care for his future wife. In rural Egypt, where poverty is widespread, the bride price can range from $2,000 to $5,000, a considerable sum for many families. For wealthier men from the Arabian Gulf, it's not uncommon to pay significantly more, especially when seeking younger brides. These men often travel to Egypt for what are euphemistically called temporary marriages, agreements that may last a few months or even weeks. Such arrangements exploit economic hardships, with families willingly marrying off their daughters for financial gain. For Egyptian women, marriage is not just a personal milestone, but a societal expectation. Most women are expected to marry by their early 20s, and those who remain single face significant social stigma. This pressure, combined with limited educational and employment opportunities, leads many women to view marriage, whether local or to a foreigner, as their best chance for a better life. Despite these challenges, Egyptian women are celebrated for their beauty, loyalty, and strong family values. Their features often include dark hair, striking eyes, and radiant skin, reflecting the region's diverse heritage. They are also known for their dedication to their homes and families, making them highly desirable partners for men seeking traditional values in a wife. However, the commodification of marriage in Egypt raises ethical concerns. Critics argue that such practices reduce women to assets rather than individuals with agency. Others point out that these arrangements perpetuate gender inequality, leaving women with limited control over their futures. As Egypt navigates its complex blend of tradition and modernity, the role of women in marriage continues to evolve. What do you think? Are these practices a reflection of cultural pride or outdated norms that need to change? Share your thoughts in the comments below as we move to the next country. Number 6. Latvia. Latvia, a small Baltic nation with a rich cultural heritage, is known for its strikingly beautiful women and unique social dynamics. One of the most notable features of Latvia is its significant gender imbalance. Women outnumber men by a considerable margin, making it one of the few countries in the world where this disparity is so pronounced. This imbalance has influenced the marriage market in Latvia, with many women seeking relationships outside their homeland. Mail-order bride services have become increasingly popular, offering Latvian women the chance to connect with foreign suitors. These services often cater to men from wealthier countries, who are drawn to the women's striking physical features and traditional values. On average, finding a Latvian bride through these platforms can cost around $4,000 to $6,000, including subscriptions, travel expenses, and other related costs. Latvian women are often described as tall, elegant, and well-groomed, with many having blonde or light brown hair, blue or green eyes, and an undeniable air of sophistication. But their appeal goes beyond their physical beauty. They are highly educated, with Latvia boasting one of the highest female literacy rates in the world. This combination of intelligence and traditional values makes Latvian women ideal partners for men seeking both emotional and intellectual connection. However, life in Latvia is not without challenges. The country's economic struggles and limited opportunities for women have led many to explore options abroad. Gender inequality and domestic violence remain pressing issues, prompting some women to look for relationships that promise stability and respect in other parts of the world. Critics argue that the mail-order bride industry commodifies women, reducing them to a product to be purchased. Yet many Latvian women view these platforms as a means to escape societal pressures and build a better future. As Latvia's women continue to navigate a world of modern opportunities and traditional expectations, the question remains, are these services empowering them or perpetuating inequality? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below as we move to our next country. Number 5. India. A land of vibrant culture and deep-rooted traditions, is home to one of the world's most complex marriage customs. Arranged marriages remain a norm in many parts of the country, often accompanied by the practice of dowries, a transfer of wealth from the bride's family to the groom's. In some regions, however, a different trend exists. Families selling their daughters as brides for surprisingly low prices. In rural India, where poverty runs deep, bride prices can range anywhere from $35 to $1,000, depending on the region and the family's circumstances. The disparity between urban and rural areas plays a significant role here. While wealthier families in cities demand hefty dowries, impoverished communities often see their daughters as financial liabilities, marrying them off to the highest bidder. The societal pressures on women in India to marry young are immense. In many areas, women in their mid-20s are considered too old to find suitable matches, leaving them with fewer options within their own communities. As a result, many women seek opportunities to marry foreign men through matchmaking services, hoping to escape economic hardship and societal restrictions. Indian women are known for their striking beauty, with features that include glowing skin, dark eyes, and long, silky hair. Beyond their appearance, they are admired for their loyalty, resilience, and strong family values. However, gender inequality remains a significant issue. Women are often expected to be subservient, with societal norms dictating that they prioritize their husband's needs above their own. The commodification of marriage in India has sparked widespread debate. Critics argue that such practices dehumanize women, reducing them to assets in a patriarchal system. On the other hand, supporters claim that dowries and bride prices are cultural traditions that have evolved over centuries, carrying social significance in many communities. As modernity begins to influence Indian society, some families are moving away from these practices, favoring marriages based on mutual respect and partnership. However, the road to equality remains long and complex. Number 4. South Africa. South Africa, known for its stunning landscapes and diverse cultures, is also home to the age-old tradition of lobola, or bride price. This practice, deeply rooted in African customs, requires the groom to pay a significant amount, traditionally in cattle, to the bride's family as a sign of respect and a symbol of unity between the two families. In modern times, cash has largely replaced cattle in lobola negotiations, but the essence of the tradition remains the same. The average bride price in South Africa ranges from $3,000 to $7,000, depending on factors like the bride's education, beauty, and family standing. In some cases, the equivalent of 10 or more cows can be demanded. For many young women in South Africa, marriage is both a cultural expectation and an economic opportunity. In rural areas where poverty is prevalent, lobola payments provide financial relief to the bride's family. However, these same economic pressures can also lead to exploitation, with families sometimes forcing their daughters into early or unwanted marriages. South African women are celebrated for their resilience, beauty, and strong sense of identity. They often embody a balance of modern and traditional values, making them appealing partners to local and foreign suitors alike. Women from urban areas are more likely to embrace progressive ideas about gender equality, while those in rural regions tend to adhere to more traditional roles. The lobola system, while cherished as a cultural symbol, is not without controversy. Critics argue that it commodifies women, reducing them to financial assets in a patriarchal society. Others see it as a meaningful way to honor family ties and preserve cultural heritage. In recent years, there have been efforts to modernize lobola practices, with some families allowing the bride herself to have a say in negotiations. Additionally, the introduction of marriage contracts that explicitly prioritize equality has started to challenge the traditional power dynamics within marriages. South Africa's lobola tradition reflects the country's ongoing struggle to balance tradition with the demands of a modern society. What do you think? Should this practice be reformed or preserved as a cultural legacy? Share your thoughts in the comments below as we move to our next destination. Number 3. Afghanistan. Known for its rugged terrain and centuries of tradition, has marriage customs deeply rooted in Islamic culture. One of the most notable practices is the bride price, or walwar, where the groom's family pays a sum of money or goods to the bride's family. This tradition is seen as a way to compensate the bride's family for the loss of a daughter and as proof of the groom's financial stability. The average bride price in Afghanistan ranges from $5,000 to $10,000, but in rural areas, it can be much lower, depending on the family's economic situation. Unfortunately, in some cases, this tradition places a significant financial burden on grooms, leading to long-term debt or delays in marriage. For families facing economic hardship, daughters are sometimes married off at a young age, creating further challenges for women in the country. Afghan women are known for their striking beauty, often characterized by dark hair, fair skin, and captivating eyes. They are also celebrated for their strength and resilience, especially in the face of societal pressures. However, their roles are often confined to the home, with limited opportunities for education or employment. Marriage in Afghanistan is usually arranged, with the families playing a central role in deciding the match. Women often have little to no say in the process, and forced marriages remain a significant issue. Despite laws aimed at curbing these practices, enforcement is weak, and many women continue to face restrictions on their freedom and choices. Critics argue that the tradition of walwar reinforces gender inequality, reducing women to a financial transaction. Others believe that it serves as a form of financial security for the bride's family, especially in a country where poverty is widespread. As Afghanistan struggles to balance its traditions with modern ideals, the role of women in society remains a contentious issue. What's your view? Should the practice of bride prices evolve to reflect greater equality, or does it serve a necessary cultural function? Share your thoughts in the comments below as we move on to our next country. Number 2. Vietnam. Vietnam, a country known for its rich cultural heritage and breathtaking landscapes, has become a prominent destination for foreign men seeking brides. The reasons for this trend lie in a mix of cultural values, economic disparities, and the unique qualities of Vietnamese women. In Vietnam, arranged marriages have largely given way to love-based unions, but traditional values still hold significant influence, especially in rural areas. Many women from poorer regions see marrying a foreigner as an opportunity to escape poverty and provide financial stability for their families. This has given rise to a thriving mail-order bride industry, where matchmaking services connect Vietnamese women with foreign suitors. Costs for these services can range from $1,500 to $5,000, depending on the agency and additional travel expenses. Vietnamese women are celebrated for their beauty, often characterized by slim figures, delicate features, and flawless skin. Beyond their appearance, they are admired for their loyalty, hard-working nature, and strong commitment to family. These qualities make them highly sought after by men from wealthier nations who value traditional family dynamics. Additionally, many Vietnamese women are well-educated and bring a sense of ambition and adaptability to their relationships. However, this phenomenon is not without its challenges. Critics argue that the commodification of marriage reduces women to mere assets in an unequal transaction. Additionally, cultural differences and language barriers often create difficulties for couples, leading to misunderstandings and, in some cases, exploitation. The lack of legal protections for some women entering these arrangements further amplifies these concerns. Despite these challenges, many Vietnamese women view marrying a foreigner as a step toward independence and a better life. In rural areas, where economic opportunities for women are limited, such unions offer a chance to break free from traditional societal constraints. Yet, for many, this comes at the cost of leaving their culture, language, and loved ones behind. The rising popularity of Vietnamese brides highlights the intersection of tradition and modern globalization. As Vietnam continues to develop, the debate surrounding mail-order marriages raises critical questions about the balance between opportunity and exploitation. What's your opinion on this growing trend in Vietnam? Let us know in the comments below as we prepare for the final country on our list. But before we do so, here is an honorable mention: Kyrgyzstan. A picturesque country nestled in Central Asia, is known for its rugged mountains, nomadic traditions, and a controversial custom that continues to spark global debate: ala kachu, or bride kidnapping. Although officially outlawed, this practice remains a significant cultural phenomenon in rural areas of the country. Bride kidnapping involves a man abducting a woman he wishes to marry, often with the help of friends or family. In many cases, the woman is taken to the man's home, where his family tries to persuade her to accept the marriage. The societal pressure to conform, combined with the stigma surrounding women who refuse, forces many victims into unwanted unions. Shockingly, it's estimated that 1 in 5 marriages in Kyrgyzstan begins with ala kachu. Despite its persistence, ala kachu is a deeply divisive practice. Supporters argue that it reflects the country's nomadic heritage, while critics point out the coercive and traumatic nature of the custom, emphasizing its violation of women's rights. In some instances, women who resist are subjected to threats, violence, or lifelong ostracism. Kyrgyz women are celebrated for their resilience and beauty, often characterized by their striking features and traditional clothing, including the kalpak, a distinctive felt hat. They are known for their dedication to family and their strong sense of community, qualities that are highly valued in Kyrgyz society. These values are central to their roles as wives and mothers, further intensifying the pressures they face during bride kidnapping. While some marriages that begin with ala kachu are consensual or eventually accepted, many are rooted in force and fear. Women's rights organizations and activists have worked tirelessly to raise awareness about the harm caused by this practice. Efforts to enforce laws against bride kidnapping have intensified, but challenges remain, particularly in remote regions where cultural norms are deeply entrenched. Kyrgyzstan's story serves as a stark reminder of the complexities of balancing tradition with modern values. Should deeply ingrained customs like ala kachu be preserved as cultural heritage, or is it time for them to be reformed or eradicated altogether? Number 1. South Korea. South Korea, a country celebrated for its technological innovation and globally influential pop culture, faces a quiet but significant societal crisis: a declining birth rate and shifting attitudes toward marriage. These trends have created a unique and complex marriage market, where traditional expectations clash with modern realities. One of the key factors shaping South Korea's marriage dynamics is the rising cost of living, which has made marriage and family life increasingly unaffordable for many young people. Men from rural areas, in particular, struggle to find wives locally, as many South Korean women prefer to remain in urban centers where career opportunities are more accessible. To address this issue, some men turn to international matchmaking services, seeking brides from countries like Vietnam, the Philippines, and Cambodia. South Korean women are widely admired for their beauty, often characterized by fair skin, petite frames, and a sense of style influenced by the nation's thriving beauty industry. However, their appeal goes beyond physical appearance. They are also known for their strong sense of independence and ambition, which have driven many to prioritize education and careers over traditional family roles. This shift has led to a phenomenon called the 3-no generation, women who say no to dating, marriage, and having children. While this reflects broader societal change, it has created challenges for traditional family structures and intensified the reliance on international matchmaking for rural men. Critics of the international bride industry argue that it commodifies women, often exploiting those from economically disadvantaged backgrounds. Additionally, cultural and language barriers can create significant challenges for international couples. However, supporters argue that these marriages offer mutual benefits, providing men with partners and women with opportunities for a better life. As South Korea navigates these changes, the debate over the future of marriage and gender roles continues to grow. Will traditional expectations give way to more flexible, equitable partnerships, or will societal pressures push back against modernization? What's your take on the evolving marriage landscape in South Korea? Let us know in the comments below, and thank you for joining us on this global exploration of marriage customs. Thank you for joining us on this fascinating journey through global marriage customs and traditions. If you enjoyed this video and want to explore more intriguing topics, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us bring more thought-provoking content straight to you. See you in the next video.